This video was long as shit.
From elementary school after a great workload of 2 assignments and a multiplication time quiz. Y'all not running me of these, just saying. You got some silly bands you traded with your friends on the recess court.
Fuck silly bands.
I know damn well you got that money cause of how I be paying you every time I speak in here.
You know what? W Kanye. Thank you, Kanye. Thank you, Mr. West. I appreciate you for the 200 biddies. Wake up, Mr. West!
You come back home and pour a big bowl of cereal and turn on the TV to either watch your favorite Disney show, your favorite Nickelodeon show, or your favorite cartoon show. You get bored, but no worries, because you call your friends over and run any game on the Wii Sports, Mario Kart, Super Smash Bros, or anything really. This was the childhood of most people watching this video. But now we're starting to see a different childhood being set up. One involving TikTok and brain rot, one involving Lunchley Haktua podcast, and I think it's official to say that childhood isn't the same. If you're older than 21 nowadays, you're basically considered unk by kids that are 12. You struggle to keep up with—
True! Nah, people been giving me that unk shit for mad long. And you know what? Look, you know what's one thing that I'm happy about my unk status? Is that no parts of my body hurt. And I'm gonna keep that shit a whole stack. My legs don't hurt. My back don't hurt. My arms don't hurt. I feel fucking fine. I know motherfuckers out here at 25, they're cooked. They're out here on some,
Okay, uncle,
can't move.
let's get you to bed.
Oh, nah, bruh. I'm fucking fine. And oh my God, my cup of water almost fucking fell all over me, bruh. You said my dick don't hurt, bruh. Yeah, you gotta keep your health in check, bruh. You gotta keep your health in check, bruh. Look, I got a foot phone. I could use my foot as a phone, bruh. I could be like, yo, hello? Can you do that, chat? You can use your foot as a phone? A foot phone? You said, Cap, I know your back be creaking. Nah, luckily enough, I haven't been in like any pain really. Another thing too is that I remember one time when I was very young, my dad used to be on my ass about protecting your back. I remember one time my dad, when I was young, he was like, Emmanuel, mira que yo te voy a decir. Long story short, he said in Spanish, this is what I'm gonna tell you. Don't you ever fucking mess with your back. Mess up your back. He said, if you fuck up your back once, that shit is cooked forever. And my dad told me since I was young, he was like, bro, always lift with your fucking knees. Never lift with your back. Squat, lift with your knees. All the time. Ever since my dad told me that shit as a kid, every time I had to lift something or something is heavy, always I'm like, I'm going my knees and my legs. If I feel like I can't lift it up, I'm not lifting it up. That's it. You said step on a crack, break your back. W advice. Yo, thank you. Posture check, chat. Posture check.
Posture check, chat.
Shit. Posture check. Thank you. I don't even know how to say your name. Brawny? I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Loki, I still don't get what lift with your legs mean. You don't know what lift with your legs mean? Bro, when you lifting with your legs, right? Look, if you lift, oh shit, y'all gonna see my bulge. Don't stare, right? Damn, bruh. Right? If you gonna lift, if you lift with your legs, right? You gonna get down, pick, legs. But if you lift with your back, you lifting like this. If you lift like this, cooked. Your shit gonna get fucked up. You gotta squat, pick up. That shit looks sus as fuck. I'm not gonna redo that animation, man. Never mind. Too blurry to see the bulge. Hey, I look like I did the Legally Blonde bend and snap. That's what it looked like I just did. Let's go.
Well, all the new slang coming out. So I want to talk about, is this a good or bad thing when this great shift happens? Starting off with
Coco Melon!
Now, if you're in the older half of Gen Z, you kind of have the unique experience of experiencing a great childhood where you actually went outside and played with your friends. Then when you got older, getting technology and it being adapted into society, it was kind of the perfect mix because you learned human connection as every kid should know.
That's what I'm saying. You learned human connection. Yo, 90s kids, bro. We got the best of both worlds. No Hannah Montana. You get the best.
Indeed. speeds, and then got the ease of technology to help you through life at a time when you needed it most. But when the iPad got introduced and kids started using it, things immediately shifted. Instead of traditionally as a kid, kids watching child networks and cartoons like previous generations,
On God, everybody just started giving their children tablet. They said, hey, bro, take this shit. Get out my face.
preferring to watch YouTubers more than that. And although a lot of Gen Z did grow up watching YouTubers, I would say,
Bro, remember that whole Team 10 debacle? This is Team 10, bitch. Who the hell I'm flipping you? Wow, that was a fever dream.
I would say pretty much everyone watching this did. It still wasn't the main thing for a while, and we were still watching our favorite childhood networks. But especially nowadays, since all networks have completely fallen off, kids are just watching YouTubers and streamers. And as much as we want to make fun of this, it's really not their fault. Childhood networks are officially dead. Ain't no one watching any of the new shows or talking about them, which is such a contrast to how it was growing up. I remember even growing up, some of my older family members would watch the cartoons with the kids because they were actually that good. It was like the last stretch of good coming out before the downfall started. Nowadays, these networks...
I'm telling you, Nickelodeon only got SpongeBob right now. The second SpongeBob just says, hey, we're pulling the plug on SpongeBob, Nickelodeon's donezo. They're donezo. Like what other shows does Nick have? Like, think about it. They spam in SpongeBob, and then the only other person that was actually given Nickelodeon stuff got outed as like a weirdo. Dan
Throwback
Schneider.
when I needed to write down the URL for Cartoon Network, Miniclip, YouTube and other sites on a piece of paper.
Bruh. Throwback when I needed to write down the URL. Yeah. I remember for like certain websites and like cool games that they have. SpongeBob is on 24/7. I'm not even lying or exaggerating because that's all Nickelodeon has. And I'm telling you, Dan Schneider, I know like he's in that negative light when it comes to like everything that happened with like all the documentaries that came out about him and Nickelodeon and stuff. But Dan Schneider had bangers on Nickelodeon. Drake and Josh, banger. Zoe 101, banger. Victorious, banger. All those shows were carrying the fuck out of Nickelodeon, but now I feel like all those shows high-key got tarnished because of Dan Schneider's name, especially like All That, The Amanda Show, bangers after bangers, bro. They said they gave Patrick his own show. That motherfucker don't deserve that shit. Let's keep it a stack. But yeah. Now all they have is okay, Sam and Cat was dog shit. I don't care what anybody says. All the other shows I named that Dan Schneider did was good except Sam and Cat. Sam and Cat was just straight brain rot. Cartoon Network is shutting down. Damn, RIP. Nestle Classified was chef's kiss. I love that show. I love that show. I love the jokes. I love the sound effects. I love the cast. They were just great. Fairly Odd Parents was fire until like until they got the dog and the baby. I'm gonna keep it a stack. When it was just Timmy, Cosmo and Wanda, the show was great. Fuck that new baby Poof that got introduced. Fuck the random girl that got introduced, the blondie that's sharing the fairies with them, and fuck that dog that got introduced. Once all those characters got into the show turned to shit. Danny Phantom, I kind of forgot what happened later on into the show, but I remember when Danny Phantom first came out, I think it premiered right after the Kids' Choice Awards when I was a kid. I still remember vividly when that show was doing its premiere air. I was in my living room, bro. I still remember watching it, but it was after the Kids' Choice Awards. Danny Phantom was great. Degrassi, I watched some seasons of Degrassi and I thought the show was good. I've always been a sucker for shows like that when I was young. Like Degrassi, like high school life shit. Glee, I like Glee a lot too. But Glee got crazy. Glee turned to shit once they moved to New York. Drake, nah, I didn't see the Drake Glee. Yo, Stardust Bay, what's up, girl? How you been? How you been, Stardust? I hope you've been doing okay. Hope you've been doing okay, Stardust. 2000 Cartoon Network was peak.
can't produce a good show to save their life. And it's sad too, knowing there could be good shows if they simply...
Yo, Disney XD was fire too, bruh. Yo, I don't care. Wizards of Waverly Place, gas. I remember when I was young, I had the fattest crush on Selena Gomez. Like, fattest crush. When she came out with that song, I love you like a love song, baby. I was like, yo, I was bugging. Who else I had a crush on in Disney? Demi Lovato and her crazy ass teeth. I don't care. I like Demi Lovato too, and it's crazy to think that they were doing drugs. I did not know that they were hopped up on drugs when they were on freaking Camp Rock. The Jonas Brothers. I don't care, man. They were running this shit back in the day in Disney. Kicking it. Retro was the biggest Camp Rock stan. On God, I was, and I'm not even gonna deny it. I'm not even gonna deny it. I liked Camp Rock. High School Musical. Yo, you just had to be there. You had to be there. There's so many people that wasn't there. Yo, you had to be there when High School Musical was at its peak, bro. You had to be there. It was everywhere. It was amazing. It was a movie.
Pay the people who made them.
Brenda
Like,
Song is a
ruining
baddie.
kids'
She
childhoods
is.
over not wanting to pay the makers of the show. So I would say Gen Z is the last generation to experience traditional media at
Yeah.
its peak. And that's why I think this iPad generation compared to every other is so noticeable. Especially for Gen Z. Like, Gen Z and millennials relate way more to each other than Gen Z and Gen Alpha. We both grew up more outside. We both experienced social media.
Yeah, that's true. I could agree with that. But the new generation now, I feel like I'm scared for their social skills. Cause if you just on that tablet 24/7, bro, when you grow up, that's just gonna kick you in the ass.
When it started to blow up, we both watched traditional forms of media. Shoot, even boomers relate to us in some way. Like, we both grew up watching live TV together, at least. And the way previous generations grew up idolizing celebrities and hoping to be them one day is pretty much dead. Like, yeah, it happens, but they'd rather idolize YouTubers and streamers instead. And I feel like people realize that they think
Bro!
Hollywood and the whole facade of it is
Is
kinda
that
dead. I
Diddy?
don't think kids looking up to YouTubers and streamers is necessarily a bad thing. Now, can it be cringe at times?
We got Prime, boys. We got Prime.
We got Prime.
We got Prime.
Yeah, but maybe we're just hating too much. Like, there's this joke going around right now with people eating lunchly while watching the Haktua podcast and listening to the thick of it. And people are in the comments saying this is gonna be someone's childhood, which I know is jokes and all. I've made fun of it too. But if I'm actually being serious, so
Ew, wait a minute. Those just look nasty.
it's jokes and all. I've made fun
What is he dipping it in? Nah, this should look disgusting.
of it too. But if I'm actually being serious, so long as they have a good childhood and enjoy it, I could give a what they like. Like, every generation has in some form some different type of childhood, and it's never exactly gonna be the same. When I was growing up, shoot, I
Bro, I remember somebody on Twitter was like, Michael Jackson overhyped. I'm like, bro, how dare you? This motherfucker changed. Like, and then I saw people on Twitter trying to compare Michael Jackson to Taylor Swift. I'm like, bro, y'all must be like I don't know what's wrong with some of y'all. Like, how dare y'all try to make these comparisons,
some
bro?
different type of childhood.
Michael
and it's never
Jackson
exactly gonna be
is
the
in
same.
a
When I was
league of
growing
his
up, shoot, I
own,
know my
bruh.
parents saw me watching SpongeBob and probably were like,
So it's a fictional sentient sponge that lives in a pineapple who goes to work every day to cook burgers for sentient fish in the ocean. Yeah, we're completely I knew I should have pointed.
and no, I'm not comparing like SpongeBob to Skibbity Toilet, but
You
y'all
said
did-
Michael
and
did
I
it
don't
all
like how
without
some of y'all
the
are acting
internet.
like
Bro,
Gen Z
he
never
did.
had brain rot and we're above that caliber. Just 10 years ago, as of recording this, people were making MLG edits with the most brain rot things going on in the screen. People were making YouTube poops of the most random shows.
Yo, YouTube poop. Yo, YouTube poop is yo. Anybody here used to watch YouTube poop? Bro, YouTube poop was my shit. My favorite YouTube poop was Blue's Clues. Blue's Clues YouTube poop used to have me fucking rolling as a kid, dude. I used to watch Steve do the funniest shit. Oh man, YouTube poops are good.
Ever. Even with our childhood shows. Like, you can't tell me Teletubbies wasn't the most seizure-inducing show for a child to watch. My point is really, I'm just hoping Gen Z doesn't become like other generations and start nagging about everything the younger generation does. And don't get me wrong, okay? I've talked my critiques about Gen Alpha already. But regardless, that
Nah,
doesn't mean
bro,
I'm-
Gen Alpha is definitely gonna do that. Gen Alpha is gonna start making fun of Gen Z and then millennials, and then especially like us, like millennials, they're gonna call us like boomers. I already know, like they're gonna call us like the new age boomers and shit. Like we're already gonna get cooked by the.
Bring up a Blues Clues YTP right now so we can laugh
Oh
clueless.
hell no, nope.
I'm
No,
looking at
I will
terrible
not watch a
childhood and
YouTube
look
poop
back
right
and
now
shame
because
for
it's
me.
brain
The
rot
one thing
inducing.
I am scared of though is how early
It's
this
too
content
brain rot
consumption is
inducing.
happening. Before kids got iPads, the most you were getting is a leapfrog. that worked
Leapfrog, bro. I wanted one of these so bad as a kid, but they were so
at
expensive.
the time. It might have had a game or two on it, but that was about it. But with the amount of content online and how many videos, games, and whatever.
Look at this. Dopamine brain rot maxing on God. That's the issue. It's like they're. Oh man.
Kids are consuming with tablets nowadays. It's not even a prediction. It genuinely will affect the way their brains process things in the future. Like, I'm so glad I didn't grow with short form content as a kid because holy my brain would already be more cooked than it already is. Like, this content already cooks my brain and I'm a grown ass man. I couldn't imagine what it's doing to a 5-year-old. And you can even see how it's changing kids already. There's videos of parents taking their kids' tablets and the kids start fighting like their life is on the line. Shoot, that might be the parents' fault.
Nah, bruh. No tablet. That's it.
No YouTube poop will top the misadventures of Skooks Link.
Oh man, here we go. We jumped into another rabbit hole.
that was me and my kid, that kid is getting Mike Tyson on the spot. I'm just kidding, YouTube family-friendly guidelines. I would never do such an action, and I apologize for my jokes and actions. And the main thing tablets are affecting in kids' brains is their ability to learn, which is pretty scary because these kids are going to be future doctors and engineers, so having cognitive ability skills is kind of important. I swear, in the future, attention span is going to be so cooked, your doctor's going to have to stop mid-surgery to scroll on TikTok. Like, y'all better stay in good health for your own good, because your doctor in the future is not going to be able to help you. And nowadays, I've been noticing that fat phobia is kind of dying. Either all of them are going on Ozempic or hitting the gym. Even Lizzo is losing weight. Like, that should be a tell-all
He said fat phobia is dying. I mean, I wouldn't say that. Yo, Lizzo hitting the gym. W Lizzo.
sign that the future is dim, y'all. Eat healthy. Another thing that I feel like is going away is the innocence of childhood. Nowadays, kids have unrestricted use of the internet with parents that could give less of a what they do on it. And the first tell-all sign of how bad this got was with the first Elsagate back in like 2016. Parents were absolutely shocked and appalled at the sights they were beholding. I can only imagine them grabbing little Timmy's tablet and seeing him watch Spider-Man hump Elsa at the ferocity of a velociraptor. And you know, this could have all been prevented if they just actually parented their kid. But that's not realistic, let's be real. I couldn't imagine this was the content I had to watch as a kid and I would come out as a stable, normal human being. I already feel like I started watching sexual stuff at way too young of an age anyways. But if this happened to me when I was like 4 or 5, I would be cooked. The worst we got is Dan Schneider sneaking in feed at every shot he could. And there's even kids now who grew up at the Elsagate time who describe how this content mentally them up. It hasn't gotten any better. In fact, it's actually worse. And even though cable TV is basically dead today, it was kind of the protector from this stuff. If there was a child network back then, you would 100% be good as a parent to leave.
Yo, Arthur was fire. I wish I could have watched all the Arthur episodes, but I never did.
Your kid there because you knew it's not going to show anything weird. They had actual regulators and it was only a set amount of shows a day, so it was way easier to regulate. But now it's like if you shrunk the TV, gave the kid full access to anything on it, and the regulator was Patrick. But then again, who knows how they'll turn out? I think a lot of them will grow up and eventually just forget about all this stuff because in some way, even older generations
They won't.
experience this. Okay, not exactly Elsagate, but experience watching things as a kid they weren't supposed to. Like I remember when I was younger and first saw Happy.
Yo, I hate Happy Tree Friends. If you watch this show, you're a fucking masochist. I don't care. This show was not entertaining at all. It was just gore. That's all this show was gore. You're a masochist. This show was ass. It's just gore. It's funny? No, it's not funny. It's just gore. Back off? Nah, bro, I'm dying on this hill. I hate this fucking show with a passion. Fuck Happy Tree Friends, bro. I am not gonna get gaslit by the chat. Hey, man, you gotta like it, man, because I like it. Fuck this show. Show's nasty.
Tree Friends? And I can barely watch that as an adult, but in some way I made it.
Like, I saw an episode where, like, a character's walking, his whole toenail just gets ripped off. Like, rip. And it's just blood and just, no. It's gross.
Now, fine. Seriously, though, whoever thought of the concept of Happy Tree Friends is one of the sickest ever exist. And for y'all that don't know Happy Tree Friends, you've been warned. Even in the past, kids used to steal their dad's corn stash and watch it on the TV. The problem is, it's just way easier to access this compared to before. Like, even being able to get to that step is a mission. Another thing that's forever changed is learning. Traditionally, for, I would say, 100, 200 years, it was the same simple learning format of bringing a journal and your textbook to class, get the homework or assignment at school in paper, finish it on paper, and turn it in at school. But nowadays, since basically every school assignment is given to you online, everyone's just using AI to complete that. And it's even worse when it comes to a kid.
Yo, AI is really gonna be fixing everybody's homework. Happy Tree Friends, Disney. I said Disney is trash. Bro, I hate Happy Tree Friends. Because gore is funny. Bro, gore is not funny.
I could care less if you're older and you're...
So you telling me you watched the movie Saw and you chuckling the whole time? You telling me in the movie Saw, the girl got her hand stuck in the shit and the blades is cutting her hands and she got to get the syringe out so she could save. And you watching the movie like this. Hell no. You lying, bro. You laughing through the whole movie? You say AI on Google can answer a lot of multiple choice questions by copy and pasting. GG's, bro. New generation is cooked. Damn. You know what I just thought of? If the new generation is this fried, bro, and then mind you, if millennials are having a hard time getting homes now, imagine Gen Alpha. These motherfuckers gonna be living in a box. Me going to watch Saw 53? Uh-oh. AI bots can do business programming how you wanted it to.
You're given some bullshit assignment to write a 10-page paper about someone that no one cares about. But when it's a kid learning important developmental skills like simple reading or math, it's important that they don't cheat on any of these at all. Could you imagine?
Exactly, bro. Exactly. They gonna cheat on like basic shit. Yo, when they make it to fractions, they're gonna be shitting bricks. Fractions and decimals, GG's.
A kid using ChatGPT for simple addition than being a grown adult and not knowing how to do it. You might be a skilled mathematician in the future if you know how to add double digits. And this is specifically just online assignments because that's really the only place you can cheat. If it's an in-person test, then you're cooked. Most of the time, you just got to take an L on that. It's funny because in my high school classes, some of the teachers would always wonder how everyone was doing flawless on online assignments. They're completely bombing the test. One of the teachers actually realized what was going on and changed all of her assignments so that only she made them and you couldn't cheat. So no one was able to find the online answers anymore, and some people kind of did better in the class and had to lock in on it because of that. A good requirement would be if you're in elementary school, you have to do your stuff in person only. Like, that makes the most sense. The last thing that got way worse is kids trying to act grown. And notice how I said got worse because
On God, bro. You know what it is kids be going into like adult shit. Like, especially on Twitter, bro. Like, if you're a child on Twitter, why are you trying to have grown conversations with people? You said blame TikTok. Yo, people on TikTok too, I agree. Trying to be on social media. Bro, I said that once before, but somebody was like, nah, Retro, you can't do that. I'm like, there's got to be like a way that if you're young, you can't access certain websites.
Single generation has had kids who
Nah, but you know how that shit gonna work? The only way that shit could work is if like the government does some shit where they be like, if you log in on the internet, you gotta log in with your credentials. Hell no, but then we're gonna get heavily monitored, and then they're gonna be like, yo, Retro, why you searching up Beyblades? And I'm be like, bro, none of your business. Why are you looking at what I'm searching up?
Back then, you had kids getting candy cigarettes and pretending they were badass by fake smoking them. Growing up, everyone pretended to be their favorite music artist and throw a concert in their room. But the major difference between in the past versus now is kids can globally post it, and most of the time they do. In the past, if you did some stupid shit as a kid, then only you or your friends would know. But now your mistake's gonna be aired out to the entire
Yo, that's the thing too. Yo, back in the day, us as millennials, if you got into a fight and you got your ass beat, you just took the L. Not in today's day and age. You go out there and you get your ass beat and you take a L, that's just gonna be on social media. And you're gonna be forever documented getting that ass whooping. And it's always gonna be there in 4K quality. Man.
A good example is all the Andrew Tate kid clones trying to act like him. Saying they're gonna fly out to Dubai with some supermodels by the time they're 18 and be a multimillionaire. You just know they're gonna grow up and cringe at all the so hard. And it'd be completely public.
I
so
love
you got
that
people roasting them in the
freaking
comments.
gif.
And the thing is, I don't blame them because if I was a kid in this era, I would probably do some shit like that too. But at least you wouldn't see it. Basically, everyone has a video they posted on YouTube as a kid they look back at. No one saw it though. But the main worry is when kids try to dress grown then post it online. Because if you can't already tell, there's a lot of creeps on the internet who would intentionally look for that stuff. And the easier it is to spread now with TikTok and Instagram.
But then that's one of the issues, like you just said though. There's kids trying to dress up like they're grown. That's the first mistake. It's like Ken in Persona 3. You're a kid. Be a kid. But no, kids want to be grown. And then they end up in these weird ass scenarios where they end up in like grown spaces, and then it's like, bro, you're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to be watching Adventure Time. Like, get the fuck out of here. World Star and TikTok has your ass. They do. They gonna beat you.
It is to regulate. Once again, this is the fault of the parents, but it's already too late pretty much. The best you can do is report the accounts. So overall, I think it's safe to say that childhood has...
Even reporting the accounts won't do shit. You know why? Because they're just gonna make another one. That's it. That's it, bro. They're just gonna make another account.